too easily. I'd fall in love too fast. I fall in love too terribly hard for love to ever last. I fall in love too easily. I'd fall in love too fast. I fall in love too terribly hard for love to ever last. I fall in love too easily. I'd fall in love too fast. I fall in love too terribly hard for love to ever last. I fall in love too easily. I'd fall in love too fast. I fall in love too terribly hard for love to ever last.
What the hell is this all about? Oh, I get it. He's one of those kind of guys, huh?
What are you talking about? He's not like anyone else.
perceives all things conjoined, the past, the future, and the present. Everything flows, and all is connected. This eye is not merely seeing reality, it is touching the truth. There is nothing to fear. I see what you mean.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
bad luck to him. PSG.LGD's turn to ban. Radiant team ban.
Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. This is D2BOWIE with a B03 of PSG.LGD versus Tigers, the winners of the minors. No one was actually counting on those bad boys actually winning the whole thing, but they did it. They did it in style, and here we are, PSG.LGD, second place at TI8 versus Tigers. So who's gonna take it? I have no idea, and this is a cast with your lovely, beautiful, drunk D2BOWIE. This is my first official cast, a little tipsy, and hopefully you guys are gonna like it. Well, I'm not even sure if I like it, but that is, you know, I said I was gonna do it, and here I am. So yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good time. I think I'm having a good time at least. And yeah, Dota 2, a game of a cool game. I don't know. All right. There we have it. So yeah, let's talk about the bans. Let's talk about, yeah, that's so interesting, right? IO getting banned. Wow. That is definitely something we never heard about. Ogre getting banned in the first phase, I guess that is a little bit unorthodox, but the Undying and the Necrophos definitely normal. Tony getting banned, I think. I mean, EG, they actually did a good job with that roaming Tony from Crit. I have to say, I was impressed. I never really considered Tiny being that good of a roamer, but it just seems like the hero. You know, the tossback is such a broken mechanic. I don't want to say broken, but it's just, you know, level 1, you can move a hero 1200 range out of where they are to whatever ally or unit you have close by, you know? You have to say it's something pretty good. Anyways. Well, but yeah, here we are. This is Dota 2. The final ban from Tigers should come anytime soon. They do remove the ban. So let's see what LGD has in store for us. Okay. Hope you're all having a good time, Mr. Leviathan, Zelson, David Maldonado, known cheater, Falling Koala, and you know, all you crazy persons that decided to watch this stream instead of the official one. I do, greet all of you. I really appreciate that you decided to watch this, or at least pretend you're watching this by muting my stream and watching the original one behind my back. I don't care. Thank you all anyways. And let's see what Tigers has in store in response of this solo Axe that gets picked in the first phase. You know, Axe a hero. You're never gonna say someone, oh, Axe is broken. But this hero is so... Oh god, stop! Okay, sorry. But this hero is always first phased. Never... I mean, rarely banned. Always in every game. So, you know, I have to say. This hero might be stronger than we actually give credit for. I mean, besides that... Tigers, I mean, they are thrown off by this axe pick. They're like, Jesus Christ, there's an axe here. We don't know what to do. Let's just waste 1 minute and a half of this precious reserve time not doing absolutely nothing. But hopefully, I mean, guys, like, honestly, you have to pick something now. Like, there's... Okay, they finally go for it. It's gonna be the Dazzly. Huh. Interesting that they get the Dazzle against the axe. Usually, you don't see that. You see, you know, someone banning... Axe when they want to get the Dazzle, or someone picking Axe and Dazzle, so you know you don't have the counter and whatever. But they are going to get the Silencer counter. Very similar, I guess, to the Shaker. You know, having the global allows you, like, if you get the RP, there's not going to be a skewer back. If you get the Echo, there's not going to be, you know, the whole combo. So you do,
LGD's turn to ban.
Counter the combo in a way, you know, the RP is good, but if you cannot skewer back people, there's definitely gonna be less of an impact. And it looks like LGD, they're gonna take the Troll out, and the Firebird is the choice from Tiger. So, you know, they don't want to deal with that. They don't really have any heroes that deal with the Phoenix, and they, you know, LGD, they actually took the Ogre out in the first phase. They're like, you're taking freaking Ogre out. It's a freaking two-headed hero. So if you're taking that hero, you're maybe thinking about getting the Phoenix on your team, and you usually see the Ogre. You know, there's a Phoenix pick, there's gonna be an Ogre pick on the other side, just because everyone has Bloodlust and they're gonna be able to deal with the Fire Spirits a little bit better. But in this case, they're like, nope, fuck the Firebird, we're gonna take it out. And now the Monkey King gets eliminated on the side of LGD. So what does that mean? Do they want to get an Underlord? Are they literally mimicking everything that EG is doing, because, you know, EG, they were playing a lot of X. They were playing, I don't know. I'm kind of drunk, guys. I'm sorry. What qualities does Dezo have that they pick him anyway, even against X? He's a good lane harasser. He has a look at that mouse. It's not me. This is literally player perspective, and someone is just playing with that mouse. But yeah, Dezo, he harasses pretty good in lane. He has a vision spell that has a shit ton of range, weave, so you can get vision of Roshan, you can get vision of stuff.
PSG.LGD.
Ooh, they're gonna get the Lina. So Lina, not necessarily going to be a mid Lina. I am very certain that this is not a mid Lina. This is most likely going to be support, and you know, there's a lot of good things about this hero. Whenever the X jumps, you're gonna have Vader Lens and the cast range talent, so the LSA is gonna have a lot of range, and we'll be able to stop the X from actually getting kills. Can you lower the microphone gain a little? Your screen and the sound is crackling. Is the sound crackling? Do you guys agree? Is it that bad? Well, yeah, I just wanna know the real deal. Revenge of 1437. Revenge for what? Did LGD eliminate 1437? I don't know. I don't hear crackling at all. No, it isn't crackling. Okay, so this guy, known cheater, he's also cheating. I mean, why would I trust a known cheater? He's literally saying, do not trust me. Well, anyways. Now it's time for LGD to pick a hero. You're against the Dazzle, the Magnus, and the Lina. It's interesting they actually picked the Lina as a support, banning the Phoenix. Usually see the Lina as a support to deal with that hero, but you know, Terrorblade is open, and you see a lot of Lina versus the Terrorblade core. Oh, so they revealed that he's actually a support X, that is the Eternal Envy, the China. Just stealing a little bit of North American flair from the beautiful Eternal Envy. So they're like, we're gonna play this X as a support. It's going to be a 4, not a 5, but we're gonna play it anyways. The center will be our offlaner, and it's gap close. Pretty good versus the Dazzle. Pretty good versus the Lina as well. And let's see what Tigers has in store for their last pick of this second phase. Who do you think is going to win this major? I actually have absolutely no idea. I'm gonna practice shoutcasting and try to mix it up. I've been doing that for a while. Tigers, they will pick the Spectre. Interesting. So the Spectre will most likely be against the center in lane. And I don't think that is a great lane for the Spectre. Probably not terrible, but definitely not great. But you know, having Spectre with... I am actually fascinated by this, because usually what you see is you pick Dazzle and you pick Terrorblade. Terrorblade was ignored in this entire draft, and when you have the Dazzle, you know, the Grave and Sunder combination is so good, especially when you're against Axe, Silencer, and Centaur. But they picked the Spectre. So I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm drunk, but I'm also a little bit confused, because I think Terrorblade actually deals okay against Spectre. And LGD, they're not confident. They're not like, okay, we will just pick Terrorblade now. Let's see what they're gonna pick. Well, yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna do, because Terrorblade is good for Spectre. I have no idea what Tiger is doing right now. I don't understand, but, you know, they are from Southeast Asia. They have 1-4-37, our beautiful boy. So he might know what the hell he's doing here. But I'm confused. You know, you get the Dazzle, you pick Spectre. Huh.
10 seconds remaining.
Well.
5 seconds remaining.
Every game is Terrorblade, Morphling, Spectre. That is true. Bowie, yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm just kind of like, not sure what's happening. But yeah, the Terrorblade, no surprise. Everyone picks Terrorblade. And now Tigers, they have to ban the last hero. So LGD, they definitely lack in mid hero. They're gonna take the Bloodsucker out. Are we feeling an Invoker, boy? Shh. Invoker. Okay, I'm gonna clap for Invoker. 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 They actually banned the map. What the fuck? Oh! That's the Zeus. A counter to the Terrorblade. Will you pick Invoker? Please pick Invoker and let me one time be right about the draft and have the chance of actually getting paid to cast Dota 2. Please, Tigers. That's it. You banned the Bloodseeker. You took the Bloodseeker out. You want the Invoker. We all know it. There's a Zeus there. Sunstrike is good. Just give me the Invoker. They're not gonna get the Invoker. I am 100% sure they're not gonna get the Invoker. Feels bad, man. What the fuck? That is going to be mid Lina. They we're gonna pick support Lina. Nope, they were gonna play the Lina mid anyways, and they picked the Air Spirit. Pretty good versus, you know, the Zeus. You can gank the Zeus with the little roll, the AoE stun, whatever. Who cares? This is just boring. Fuck my life. I'm never getting paid for casting Dota. Alright guys, this is game 1 between Tigers and LGD. Hope you're all hyped up. I'm super hyped up. I was, you know, definitely expecting to do this today. And we will be casting this beautiful game of Dota. Let's do it. Let's get on with this game. It looks like it's going to be a Moon Meander Magnus, one of my favorite players of all time. He's one of the only ones that actually answer my tweets. So congratulations, Moon Meander. You have my approval. LGD, I mean, they're all Chinese. They don't usually have Twitter, and they don't answer me, even if they had one. But yeah, Tigers, they have one player that I like, so I'm going to be cheering for them. But not, like, openly, because people are going to get mad. So just low-key cheering for the Magnus. I want to see some good RPs. He has that Dota Plus set. Kind of over the top, I think. The thing in the head is a little bit over the top, but I like the horn. What's Tiger's mid laner name in your dream? Yeah, but he has his Wonder Kid name. I don't really know why, but it's in your dream indeed. And there we have it. We're gonna start the game right now. Remember when Bowie made I Get Wasted and Cast Your 1K more trash game videos? Those were the days. Those were indeed the days, and I kind of want to go back to it, but for now, all we have is some boring, professional, serious Dota 2 to cast, and there you have it. So this is game 1 between LGD and Tigers. Poggers, all of you. And unfortunately, Cancel did not host me today, so there's not really a lot of people watching. I hope you guys are not alone in the chat, but if you are, I'm gonna make sure that you're not alone. I'm gonna answer all your messages, and you know, I just want to have people watching, because once you start to get a little bit of internet celebrity, you start to address your self-worth to how many people liked your video or watched your video, and that is rough on your mind, dude, especially when you're drunk. So. No, just saying, whatever. Moon Meander is in the bottom lane. Head shake twice from Wonder Kid or in your dream. And this game is shaping up to be a very hype, right? We have a silencer. What a hero. X-Nova. This guy is actually pretty cool. I interviewed him. He's an awesome guy. Very chill. It looks like LGD, they're gonna get these bounties in this bottom lane and in the... We actually have more people on Twitch than on YouTube now. Wow, poggers. It's been a while. But, still not a lot anyways. I'm kidding, guys. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate all of you. But yeah, we see the axe here just zoning people out a little bit. Oh, they're gonna get the battle hunger. Skewer towards the tower here. And although the creeps don't actually aggro on you, FY, the tower will aggro on you. And it looks like they will send X-Nova to the safe lane. So we're gonna have our Spirit already setting up, the little Spectre already here. And this is kind of weird, right? It's a tri-lane and there's only a silencer. What the fuck? X-Nova, no! You're gonna get chased down. The Orb of Venom is just gonna... Oh, Jesus Christ. He just gets jumped and it's 1-4-37 against the kill. He doesn't... Have you ever looked at X-Nova's face? He's such a beautiful, pretty kid and you're just like... rolling on him. Oh, look at it. He's actually apologizing. He's like, I mean, I'm sorry, you know, I was just here. I wanted to get a CS. I went too far. He just... Oh, God. Alright, so middle lane. Let's check the CS here. It looks like the Spectre actually doing pretty well, obviously. Was able to farm while X-Nova and the Terrorblade were not in lane, so it's not really a Jit's It's not like he did anything. You know, there was just creeps there. I can farm a lane with no heroes. Wonder Kid is doing okay, 3-1, but the Zeus is 7-1. So, Mr. Chinese characters here that I actually forgot the name about. What's LGD's mid laner? Can someone say so I don't look like an ass? No, I'm gonna remember. Oh, Darrell. Oh no, X-Nova, not again. He's gonna get kicked. And now the Metamorphosis gets popped, but they do get the Silencer kill anyways. The call will not find 137, and they keep on battling. It looks like the Spectre is actually pretty full HP, but Sheffer, our little Earth Spirit, is going to be taken down. No, the Shadow Wave, the roll away, the Earth Spirit is going to live, and X-Nova, he is humiliated one more time in the safe lane. They will. Oh, look at the block. They actually get the block with Ame just hitting onto the Spectre's face. Has 1 point in dispersion. Can they actually save the Spectre? It looks like they might. They will save the Spectre. Now they roll back. Oh no! LGD looks like Tigers. They just won. Okay, they do get a call. Trying to buy time for FY. The Metamorphosis will end. But look at that. AG shows up. Has the Spectral Dagger. FY, you are gone. And this is a 3-0 for Tigers. They just start with a bang. And that safe lane. Every kill happening in that safe lane. The Terrorblade and the Silencer actually dying. A lot there. I'm surprised that they were able to get so many kills. But that is a tri-lane versus a dual lane, so you can expect that. I heard a call. It looks like, your Spirit dies. Bottom, that is, one of the benefits of having a hero like the Magnus. He can just solo, and he doesn't really carry that much. But they finally forced, a tri-lane here on the side of LGD. The Axe and the Silencer staying here to try and help Ame. Show less hits and denies. I was actually showing. I don't know what happened. I think I'm just a little bit drunk. I'm sorry, guys. Chalice does get a deny here. It looks like he's doing okay. Very similar to the Moon Meander Magnus. So I guess the off lane doing okay. But when you check the last hits from the Spectre versus the Terrorblade, and you add up the fact that the Terrorblade... Wait, the Terrorblade didn't die? Oh. Okay, it was actually the Axe. Yeah, X-Nova died twice, and the Axe died once. Yeah. Anyways, Spectre has a lot of farm. Terrorblade doesn't have a lot of farm. That is good. Usually you want to have more farm on your Spectre because the Terrorblade just farms in the mid game way faster than the Spectre anyways. So, the Spectre having that better laning stage will kind of help the Spectre a little bit because she will fall behind the Terrorblade unless this is a wash. Nice roll onto Ame. Can they kick him back? They just get the Herb of Venom, the Poison Touch, taking him down. It's still being refreshed by those boosts from the Earth Spirit. Can they actually get this kill? Ame has no choice but to run, but the run is inevitable. They will get that kill, and now the Shadow Ward onto AG. It looks like they want him to disengage. The call was available, but the FYX never actually committed it, and this is the end. Finally, Terrorblade falls, and this tri-lane from Tigers is so strong. Oh, another Spectral Dagger, making sure that he can take the Battle Hunger out from FY. And now they want to engage, but not too much because they are very close to the tower. All right. Oh, it looks like Zeus actually. Oh, huh. So Inner Dream kills the Zeus, but he falls in return. Middle lane. Very even in terms of CS, 22 and 4, 24 and 3, but the Lina did kill the Zeus first, so gets more experience and gets more, yeah, you can see that the Lina is level 6, and the Zeus is not level 6 yet, but, getting close. Alright. Oh, the row trying to get on top of the... Oh, they actually get onto the Terrorblade. I'm not even sure if that's what he wanted, because Sheffer's gonna get eaten alive by the Amy Terrorblade. He even guessed the rain CS right there. And I think he wanted to get onto the X, but the X sidestep ends up putting the Earth Spirit into a terrible spot. Alright. In terms of CS here in this quote-unquote off lane, the Magnus has 20, the Centaur has 24, so very even. More denies on the side of Chalice, but they're gonna get a level 6 in very similar times. It looks like the Centaur getting pretty close, and the Magnus also relatively close. G going for his Tread, still doesn't have gloves, money for the Gloves of Haste. And Tri-Lane keeps on going. The Terrorblade never actually left the lane, so that is a good sign. Oh, they're gonna get the whole roll onto Ame as the Metamorphosis ends, and they're gonna get a beautiful kick onto his face. The call trying to buy time, but the Poison Touch from Aeronex is just incredible. Thunder's God Ref allows them to get the Earth Spirit, but that is a safe lane carry for a support 4th. They don't care. And 137 with those poison touch actually gets level 2. And you can see the beauty that is the Dazzler. You know, a lot of people were asking me, oh, why is this hero so popular? Well, that's because that hero is amazing. It looks like they actually lose the Magnus here in the bottom lane. The Stampede was not committed to get the kill onto that Magnus. Kind of a weird... Wait, did he kill himself? Nope. Oh, maybe it was the Thunder's God Rev. I don't know. Now, they will rotate the Zeus here. They do have Sheffer around. It looks like someone else died here in the safe lane. They will pop that Stampede trying to get on top of the laner. Can they actually get the damage? Oh, the one trying to buy time. X Nova. Oh no, even with the raindrops, they don't get that kill. But it looks like they roll onto the Zeus. Do they have enough damage? It doesn't look like that's the case. In LGD, they will get this kill in the middle lane uncontested. Although it was a pretty big effort here. Both the Terrorblade, so 2 cores in that middle lane trying to get that kill. They will send the Spectre towards the tier 2 bottom. What the hell? I don't know. We're gonna pop their shrine. Okay. Alright. The Magnus already level 6. Actually committed a RP, but I guess I was too drunk. I never actually got vision of it. And that is, you know, it's nice to have the Magnus with a Spectre as well. And the fact that they are giving safe lane experience to the Magnus, allowing the Empower to be done so that the Spectre can actually farm the middle game. The middle game, what the fuck? Can farm the mid game in the same speed as the Terrorblade. I think even with the Empower, the Spectre doesn't farm as fast, but it's a good thing to have. They will find the Zeus here. I have no idea what the hell how the hell they actually got the kill with only 2 supports, but they get it. There was Thunder's God Rev available. He never actually tried to use it. And now the Battle Hunger is zoning that Spectre out. Already has the treads. Let's check the net worth here. How are we doing? It looks like the Terrorblade not having a great game, but actually pretty much tied with that Spectre. The Spectral Dagger will land onto Ame, but they don't really have the follow-up. They're gonna get a Poison Touch. Look at that call. With so many creeps. Shaffer, can you actually survive this? They get the Thunder's God Ref, and that is the first kill. They find the Air Spirit now chasing Aji. Do they have the damage? Of course they do. The Metamorphosis is even being popped, and that is a double kill for FY. Having a great game onto that little axe here. 2, 2, and 3. And now Ame with that beautiful, beautiful form with the wings. Oh, look at it. That is beautiful. Beautiful Terrorblade. They will send the Lena here, but it looks like Wonder Kid will go back. Oh, is this a bait? Sending the Lena illusion. Oh, they are baiting. I think this is a huge bait. Oh, no, you have to move this. Alright. Still baiting. I mean, they know this is not real, right? Way too much damage to be real. Yeah. It looked poggers first, but then the Arcane Curse was committed. And they had a way of knowing. Alright. So Moon Meander just hiding here, has the RP available, so there's always a chance of a TP RP counter initiation. In terms of Blink Dagger here, we're not gonna have an early Blink Dagger. He's going straight up for the hood. Just wants to have that magic resistance here, allowing him to withstand the damage from the Centaur and from the Zeus. We're gonna see a smoke being purchased by the Silencer. Doesn't have that global just yet, but we are approaching the 10-minute mark, and they want to make sure. Oh, he reveals the ward here, that Battle Hunger from the low ground. 1437 knows about it now, and he has some sentries. Yep, already switches it up. Let's see the D-ward. Poggers D-ward. So much excitement. They will get the kick here, but LGD, they get the bounties anyways. In the bottom side of the map, we see LGD rotating here. There's God Wrath. Gets baited. Let's skewer back. He's trying to run away. He has that RP, but the damage comes through, and he didn't have that cloak, so the damage, the magic damage from LGD just chews through that poor little Magnus. It looks like we also lose the Air Spirit here. I don't really know what's happening. There's no Blink Dagger on the X, but he has this little urn here, trying to go for a dive. Doesn't really get vision onto the Dazzle. And the Spectre has that Haunt available, but for now, holding on to it. Doesn't really have any intentions of getting kills. Alright. So in the top lane, oh, look at that axe. Trying to close the gap. The Battle Hunger, the Arcane Curse, the Shadow Ward. All laid down on the Spectre. He even commits the Spectral Dagger here. Doesn't care about taking more damage from that Arcane Curse. And the Skewer trying to break the trees, just being sure that everything is alright. So Ajit will disengage. Has that a Haunt as we talked about, but doesn't really commit it for now. Chalice having a great game in terms of net worth here. Second in the net worth, being chased by the Zeus. So you can see that LGD has a pretty decent and sizable goal lead in this early start. I actually had water the entire time. I was like, damn, my mouth is so dry and I don't have water, but I actually do, so I'm gonna take a sip. Alright, the Dragon Slave flying out. Earth Spirit setting up, has the Ebola already, but that is a level 10 Chalice with a hood, so I'm pretty sure you don't want to go on this guy. This guy is so stacked. They're gonna commit a smoke gank though from Tigers, looking for some action. They have the wars, they have the sentries, they have that RP, so can they find yo? Oh, there's a smoke gank. The smoke breaks. It's actually FY, and oh, there is something wrong here, guys. What is going on? The LSA will find the X, but the Invis rune will allow him to disengage the Arcane Curse and Shadow Word, and they have the gap close from that Stampede. The global silence is gonna be committed. RP only on one. Lena's gonna get Culling Bladed. The damage just is insane, and they will chase Moon Meander. He has another skewer. Will go towards his tower, and it looks like he's going to be fine. But already a 3,000 gold. The Ebola being committed. The Haunt. Can they get a kill onto both Chalice or X Nova? The Spectre never actually... Okay, the Spectre actually came through, finds a kill onto the Zeus. And now FY trying to battle the Magnus here, but he could be in trouble. He is trying to disengage. Sapphire has that kick. Oh my god, the Blade Dagger double kick. The silence though, allowing Radiant to disengage a little bit. The skewer towards the tower. The call on to the Magnus Grave. Doesn't care, they have an axe. And it looks like the Culling Blade is going to come through. They are trying to chase FY here. Pops the urn onto himself, trying to disengage, but the poison touch damage. Oh no, a double hoof stomp from the center. They actually do find the axe. Can they get the Spectre? Trying to disengage. A Battle Hunger and Arcane Curse will be enough. That is a triple kill for our X Nova. 18 intelligence. 18 intelligence, 13 minutes. This guy watches a lot of Rick and Morty, and he is ready to become the Chinese Eternal Envy. Alright, so... Yep. There's a pretty happy X Nova. The Terrorblade just farming non-stop, already ahead of the Spectre by a decent margin, and we'll keep on farming just because he is a Terrorblade, has the Aquila, the second Wraith Band, going for the Dragon Lance. This guy is stacked. Drunk Bowie jokes. Alright. No. Hello. FY dice. So in terms of Grave, he only has 1.8. He has the 212 build with the Weave at level 6. So yeah, in terms of levels, the Dazzle struggling a little bit. The Silencer is already level 9. Jesus. Alright. Dazzle against the X. Can you explain that choice? I mean, it's not only about the Grave, you know, it's about the lane pressure, it's about the vision, it's about the weave. They knew that they would be facing the Terrorblade. They picked the Spectre, knowing the Terrorblade was up, so they knew about it, so they're like, okay, let's just get armor to everyone. Maybe they can actually fight a Terrorblade. You know, Terrorblade only deals physical damage, so as long as you have a lot of armor on everyone, maybe they are hoping they can actually take that fight. And Chalice already level 12, 14 minutes. This bad boy is rocking a lot of gold arenas, and we see that all the cores on the Dire side are ahead of their counterparts on the Radiant. The Lina is doing okay, but definitely not ahead of the Zeus. The Spectre definitely not ahead of the Terrorblade, and that Magnus even worse behind the center. Wants to get a Blink Dagger, but only after the hood, so that Blink is going to take a while. But we do have level 3 in power onto the Spectre, allowing a G to accelerate a little bit at least. The tower will fall here. It doesn't look like Radiant has the same amount of pressure, which means the Dire could easily defend the top tower if they want to. For now, they're not committing, so let's see what their plan is going to be. They have every single wall. They will send the little center here, and Moon Meander, you are very tanky, but you need to be careful. The Radiant scan, they know that someone is there. They will pop that with 4 heroes from the Radiant side. The Dire scan finds the Dazzle, but I'm not sure. You know, they're like, oh man, there's people here, but it's just a Dazzle, you know? The Silencer moves forward, another TP. This is going to shape up so well. This is going to be a huge fight. The Stampede. You Scepter onto the center. Can they actually get a counter initiation? Global silence. Radiant, you have to disengage. There's so much damage coming through. The Arcane Curse on everyone. And it looks like they do commit both Global and the Stampede, and they don't find any kills. So I wonder if the Radiant can actually force this. There is Glyph. We will commit it on the Siege Creep they want. Siege Creep will just die a terrible death. Will we have more informative streams with you playing after the tourney is over? No one cares about me playing. Someone posted like, oh, D2BOWIE is cool on Reddit, and they're like, but he's worse than BSJ. No one wants to watch me. No one wants to unironically watch me play Dota, so... No, I would like... I mean, I am not good, guys. I'm not good, alright? So, I guess, whatever. Going back to the game, though, we do see Tigers here posturing the top lane. They actually never retreated, which is interesting. But they also never tried to abuse the fact that Global and the Stampede were on cooldown. Finally, they will. And X-Nova, are you smart enough to get out of this? It looks like you are not, and you will pay the price. Those 18 intelligence are not as impressive as they were 5 minutes ago. And it looks like finally the tier 1 tower in the safe lane from LGD will fall. And they took a dent out of that 5,000 gold that LGD was holding. The laner now going towards... wait, what? What? Is this a Bluestone? Yeah, this has to be a Bluestone, right? There's no other voice to item that the Lina would go for besides a Lotus Orb, but I don't think that's what she's going for. Thank you for the follow, by the way. And now we do see a smoking from LGD. They are looking for some playtime. The Dazzle will be the first target here. You do get the Hoof Stomp with that. And oh, the TP out. Can they cancel it? They don't have to cancel. They have F-Wise, Cullen Blade, and that is another little chop. Oh, look at that. They try to get the roll onto X-Nova once again. They don't really get the upper hand here, but can they get the tower, the center? And the X actually coming through here, and they will not be able to get the deny because that is a 179 HP tower. Bowie has some confidence problems, but who doesn't have one problem or another? I don't have any confidence problems. I think I'm just self-aware. I would rather be considered someone that doesn't have self-confidence than be considered someone that has no idea, has no self-awareness. I think self-awareness is the best quality a human being can have. Anyways, going back to the game, it looks like this is a 4,000 golded for LGD in terms of Terrorblade. He is now the highest net worth in the game, with the Dragonlance going towards the Mantor, the Zeus going straight up Aghanim Scepter after his Zeus Scepter. The Silencer doesn't have shit. The Axe wants to get a Blink Dagger, and he's actually pretty close to it. And the center with the Piperino, Blink Dagger, Aghanim Scepter coming up next. Spectre will go for the Manta. The Earth Spirit with an Urn going for a new Scepter. The Magnus wants to get a Blink Dagger, but probably will take more than the Axe, which is kind of depressing for Mumiander. The Lina with the Aetherlance and the Zeus Scepters has a lot of range here on the spells. And finally the Dazzle with no items whatsoever. I think you underestimate yourself. I would rather underestimate myself than overestimate myself every day of the year. But anyways, Metamorphosis gets popped. It looks like the tier 1 tower will fall, and it's Ame that farms it. Nicely done. He is way ahead of the pack here in terms of net worth. Looks like he's actually changing his mind. Wants to get the BKB before the Manta. Understands how much burst damage Radiant has, the Ebola, that Laguna Blade. You really want to have a BKB to mitigate all of that. The Manta doesn't really deal with a lot of what Tiger has to offer. I mean, you can Manta dodge the RP, but let's face it, you know, this is Moon Meander. He's gonna get that RP, and you're not gonna be able to do shit. The Tigers got Ref, giving vision. Looks like they just want to get vision so that they can get the bounties. So I wonder if they're going to be able to trade 2 for 2 actually. The Terrorblade is already here. What is happening? The roll with the Ebola, but it looks like the X gets kicked as it blinks out. This is not great, but they will pop the Stampede. And the Air Spirit is dead before he can even do any damage. Ajit, oh my lord, is going to be able to pop that Spectre Dagger and disengage. The Blink Dagger was not up for Chalice. And it looks like they will send a lot of heroes back. This is so bad. LGD got every single rune besides this one. So this was a 3-4-1 on the side of LGD. Alright. Ame. Yo, no, there's an X right here. He doesn't have the Blink Dagger for now, and he will be cancelled by that. Oh my lord, they get the kill before the Terrorblade is able to sunder. The X call on Jelena. Can he actually save Wonderland? They will get the Shadow Weave, and that is going to be another. That's a double kill for the Spectre. They try to save. Oh, look at that. They use the Skewer and the Grave just to be sure that Indian Dream is not going to fall, and even get a salve onto Jelena going. So they get 2 kills, one of them on the highest net worth hero in the game. And they get out, no problems. They don't spend their RP. They only committed the haunt. In terms of Manta, the Spectre is already bringing it to him, so that is pretty good. Has that Empower level 4. has those stats, so we'll be farming very, very fast. I wonder if she's going for the Diffusal Blade next. I think, you know, there's a lot of value on having Manta Diffusal versus the Terror Blade, and that's probably why the Terror Blade is going for that BKB, because the BKB doesn't allow you to drain mana from the Terror Blade. Alright, the Spectral Dagger and that annoying Shockwave just zoning them down. So yeah, still a 6,000 gold lead, so even though they're getting some kills here on the side of Tigers, it does look like LGD, they have a pretty good grasp on this game's boss. They don't really let Tigers do much, you know, got some kills, you killed the Terror Blade, but still, the Terror Blade is a good matchup versus the Spectre at the end of the day. There is global on the side of LGD, so like, who is actually stopping the Terror Blade from sundering people, from just like living for how the entire fight in the late game? I guess the Diffusal Blade that the Spectre will go for eventually, but for now, you know, there's going to be a 10-second BKB between the Diffusal Blade and the Mana Drain, which, oh, Schaffer sees the Terror Blade and he's like, Jesus Christ, Jesus, they even commit the weave here. Oh, they're gonna get the Stampede called. Oh my lord, it is a dead Earth Spirit if I've ever seen one. The Nimbus even getting committed, we didn't talk about it, but the Aghanim Scepter is now done on to the Zeus, and they will try to posture here for this tower. But you have to remember, there is no Nimbus anymore, so can they get a good RP here? Or will the Axe and the Global counter initiate? Oh, I heard a call somewhere. It looks like they actually found a little Spectre, but she's very tanky. We'll be able to disengage. The U-Scepter holding that Axe in place. Can they actually get a good LSA? They will, but the Global Silence will dissuade Radiant from getting any kills, and the tower is already dead anyway. So LGD, they get what they came for. They get out. They are Gucci. And let's check the intellect on that silencer. 20. I mean, X-Nova, he was definitely, you know, he definitely felt smarter at the early game. He's struggling to get a little bit more of that Rick and Morty action going, but he's still doing okay. You know, 20 intelligence, 23 minutes in. I think that is probably like North America level of intelligence. So they will come in a smoking on the side of the Radiant, knowing that there is no global. No. That Thunder's got Wrath, revealing the intentions of Tigers, and that is just the beauty of having a Zeus. You know, if you're a top tier team, you will be able to know exactly what you're going for. And it looks like they did, and this is now an ASMR cast, guys. Hope you're having a great day. The Radiant scan, Moon Meander. I'm not sure about this, that was kind of a shitty scan. And he's just looking for a person that does not live there. X-Nova, trying to push the wave and get experience here. It looks like the Terror Blade is very farmed. But the Spectre, you know, doing okay. The Diffusal Blade is almost done. We will have that active, but BKB is pretty much done onto Ame. So unless they... Oh, I heard a Stampede. It looks like they want to fight the Dazzle. Gets a call there. I mean, he gets the Grave, but the Cullen Blade was on point. They do find that. And the Shadow Blade launched the laner here. Trying to find a Chalice maybe, but they won't be able to. Or maybe they will. You know, still trying to play around the centers that they have to be sure to save. Look at the amount of centers that they actually have here. It's a lot. But yeah, they were never able to find an opening. And the Stampede puts LGD into a 10,000 gold lead right here. I wonder if LGD is going to change his mind, if he's going to try and go for a Radiance. For now, though, it does. Yep, he actually gets the Diffusal Blade. So he's going straight up stats Spectre. Why was he whispering? He isn't going Radiance because they haven't power to boost the farming. I mean, yes, that is true. But at the same time, the Radiance, you know, cancels a lot of the important Blink Daggers on the side of LGD. The Radiance also works wonders with Terror Blade, but you can probably say that the Mana Burn works wonders versus the Terror Blade, you know, being able to drain that mana. My worry is that, you know, the Diffusal is ready, but BKB is also ready. So that Diffusal is not going to make a lot of work unless you can actually get the RP before the BKB, which is, you know, very unlikely. But anyways, they're going to send the Spectre bottom. They're going to send a lot of heroes bottom here. They try to pressure this tower, and they will pressure a little bit, but the center is already there here. Chalice ready for some hoof stomps and double edges. It looks like the Spectre marches forward here, going for an Abyssal Blade next. So wants to get more lockdown through that BKB that the Terror Blade has. Alright. Okay, so Ajit, level 17, doing very well for himself. And now the second highest net worth, very impressive that he was able to farm as much as the Terrorblade, and a lot of it comes from the Empower, obviously. The problem though is that this is a 9,000 gold lead for LGD, so your Spectre might be farmed, but what about your Magnus in comparison to that center? What about your Earthspirit and Dazzle that are both behind the supports on the side of LGD? Can they actually make it work with that little net worth? We're gonna have to wait it out and see. I mean, the Lina does benefit from that Empower, the Spectre as well, so you could say that it's a 10,000 gold lead, but the actual net worth of those heroes is based on having the Empower ready to fight. So maybe the actual net worth difference is smaller than what we think. But, you know, this is Defense of the Ancients. So if the Ancients fall, it doesn't matter how much actual net worth you have. You're gonna lose. And every single tier 2 tower on the side of Tigers is already gone. So we're gonna have to wait it out and see. Oh, we have a pause. Good morning, Mr. Sirius. Thank you for coming here. 991. It's Mabel. Nastini. Icy. Known Cheater. Thank you all for being here and witnessing my cast. I really appreciate all of you. Twitch quality is way better. I agree. If anyone is watching on YouTube, please drop by Twitch. Please. I'm kidding. Half kidding. Okay, so the Spectre, forming it up, it looks like the Abyssal Blade will indeed be the next item. Still doesn't have that level 3 haunt, still doesn't have that power spike from the level 20, whereas the Terrorblade, actually the Terrorblade is pretty much the same level. Thunder God Wrath, giving vision. Lina gets spotted as she tries to commit that double damage to find the X. And this is an 11,000. I guess one of the things that really helps Tigers here is the fact that they have both RP and Haunt. And LGD, they don't really have the best Roshan lineup, right? They don't have a Medallion. It's only the Terrorblade that can actually do... Oh, Nimbus. Our Spirit is dead. Huh. Our Spirit is dead with no buyback. So is this the opening for LGD to Roche? It doesn't look like it. Alright. Alright. War drums being popped. What the hell is happening? They're chasing top. They will get vision of the Dazzle, but they actually don't jump. The Blink Dagger onto the center being on cooldown, and the Aghanim Scepter is also done. Oh my lord. How are they going to fight against this early Aghanim Scepter from LGD? How are you going to deal with a 40% damage reduction on every single hero in the game when you already have a freaking Terrorblade that can stun your people? I don't know, but I'm gonna have to see if Tigers, if they're actually good enough to take that challenge. The Spectre finally gets the level 18. I did hear a stacking sound. It's actually the Ancient here. Interesting. Oh, RP onto the center. Can he actually get there? The Global Sun is gonna get committed, but that is a dead chalice. And they do commit an RP to find an offering. There is buyback. It looks like he actually finds a Silencer as well. So the Spectre quickly jumps to the other target. And finally, Tigers, they punch back into LGD's face. Not only that, they were gonna join the Roshan pit. So let's see if LGD can actually take this challenge, if they can actually show that they are forced to buy back this center. There is the MP, they could actually come through the cliffs, but maybe, oh, they will commit the Thunder's God Rifle. Look at Roshan, he's so low that there is no time for LGD to commit their buybacks, and it's AG that will claim the Ages of the Immortal. Alright, they do try. Oh wow, man, what the hell are you doing here? It's just getting a kill. He just shows up, pops the Metamorphosis, finds another one center, looking for one Thor 37, but the Dragon Slave will dissuade him from going any further. So they get the Ages, they lose the Magnus, but that's definitely a good exchange. The center will be up in a couple of minutes, but I'm very surprised that the gold advantage is that big towards LGD, you know, especially after you kill the center and get the Ages. But yeah, I guess, you know, the fact that the support, I mean, this X is way, like, the X is pretty much the two supports on the Radiant side. Then you have this center that has been farming so much. Then you have the Zeus slightly ahead of the Lina and, you know, Terrorblade. Terrorblade is just a different tier of a hero. Looks like he's going for the Scott. He already has a Hurricane Pike. This boy is ready to rumble. And the Reflection cooldown talent already learned. So the Spectre will have to deal with his mana being drained with that annoying Desolate. Laguna Blade on Roche. Yeah, but he has the Aghanim Scepter. So that is why he committed it. He has pure damage. So that is a lot of pure damage, by the way. That is 925, and he doesn't even have the spell amplification talent, which will make that 1,000 pure damage. And that is why you pick Linear versus Terrorblade. You know, you want to get that eggs, you want to get that talent. You just want to one-shot the Terrorblade from 9,000 range. There is no BKB on the Lina, so the global could save the Terrorblade, but also couldn't come fast enough, and the Terrorblade will just become food. This Terrorblade will lose half its HP with one of those Laguna Blades, and look at the tension here. LGD, they are posturing up. They do have the high ground on the side of Tigers, but this is a 13,000 gold lead for LGD, so is it enough so that the high ground actually makes a difference, or will they lose anyways? Moon Meander with the Dazzle. It looks like Ahmed doesn't have vision for now, but yeah, so Magnus has that RP ready, has a pipe, going for a Greaves as well. Oh boy. Oh, look at that. FY, just looking for the jump, but he's not gonna find it. Oh, the call. Just the creep wave though. Spectral Dagger onto him, the damage coming through. They will actually, oh, the Stampede to disengage onto the X, but can they actually get the jump onto a G? He has that Aegis, he will pop the Mantor. So they commit the Stampede on the side of LGD for nothing. Can Tigers punish this? Do they have... Oh, look at that. The Dazzle buys a smoke immediately. And that is now LGD's time to say, guys, we just f***ed up a little bit. Let's get the hell out of here because they will 1000% smoke onto us. The only thing that is holding them from smoking is the fact that there was a creep wave pushing here. So let's see if they're going to pop the little smoke Carino or if they think it's just too obvious to go for this play. They were not gonna smoke. Alright. Spectre, already level 21, gets that boost of HP, so now has 2.3 thousand. Oh, baby! That is the Abyssal Blade. So, you know, if you can get the Abyssal Blade on top of a Laguna Blade with Axe, that looks like enough damage to burst that Terrorblade down. No, there is a smoking on the side of LGD. Alright. Oh no, Leonard, oh my god, I gotta get jumped. The RP coming back, the global Silas. Can they actually get the haunt here? They can't because of the global, and that is a double kill for Ame. It looks like they're going for more. They're gonna pop that Stampede, and now it's 1/37 trying to run away, but the damage from the where is that Culling Blade? Give it to me. No, they actually go for another target. The Earth Spirit is going to be, oh my god, they're gonna lose everyone. The RP was wasted, and it looks like even with the Aegis, it's Tigers with their backs behind their wall, backs behind the wall. I don't know. The Metamorphosis is here, and they're just losing the game, boys. They're losing. The tier 3 will fall so fast. They don't have Glyph anymore. The Haunt is available, but it doesn't matter. This Abyssal Blade doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Life is sadness and depression, and it looks like the Spectral Daggers are going to be committed, but it's just not enough. The melee barracks will fall, and I wonder how much Aji will try and fight this out. He doesn't, because life is sadness. Hands behind their back plus backs to the wall. Too laggy. Is it lagging for you guys? It was not lagging for me, but I just want to be sure it's not lagging too. Oh. Doesn't get the skewer back. The Haunt with the Abyssal Blade onto that center, but the Stampede allowing them. Look at that. It just goes through the cliff. Doesn't care. Thank you, Icefrog, for that beauty. And it looks like the reflection here will dissuade Tigers from fighting. So this is a 20,000 gold lead for LGD. The Aegis did not matter at all. Billy Barracks gets acquired. The Aegis is down, and this game is not looking good for the Tigers. No, it's not lagging. Alright, the LSA flies out. Ooh, Axe looking for the Dazzle. Axe will find the call with the Nimbus. It looks like the Uceptor might be enough though. Curling Blade. See, life is all about sadness. That Dazzle stands no chance against the cruel and naughty hands of life. He gets smashed, and it looks like LGD will just group up in this bottom lane with the Metamorphosis soon to be up. Let's check it out. 48 seconds. They don't care. They're just gonna go bottom.
Well, that would be a tribute.
Bowie drinking alcohol was a mistake, and so are we. I think that's what you meant. But anyways, It looks like they're not gonna pressure. After all, there is still a decent cooldown onto the Metamorphosis, but this is going to be a dead shrine on the bottom side of the map. This one still stands, but as we talked about, the inevitability of life will make sure that it gets taken down eventually. Moon Meander still doesn't have the level 3 RP. The kick flies out, a little boop, and he will blink away, being very afraid. Oh no, double damage. Ame will love that, and he's just waiting that cooldown. Oh, they're just waiting for the best moment to go for it. They're just waiting. He's like, oh, all right, give me that bottle. Oh, he has it done. He has it ready. He can pop that double damage in the next 2 minutes, and it just looks like this is not going to... Jesus, how are you going to fight this Terrorblade? BKB, Scotty, Manta. He almost has a Daedalus. He can just farm the Daedalus before the double damage even gets popped. For now, we do see LGD posturing here in this top area of the map. How is... I mean, they just need a perfect RP into a 5-man LSA with like the 5-man Ebola kick into... I don't know. Like, they don't really have the best combo for the RP. Like, RP LSA, like, is this your combo? It's like, sure. Okay. So the Empower onto Aji. We'll farm some small little dragons. Chalice. He gets vision. There's a Hoofstomp with the Nimbus. The kick will allow this. Oh no. Oh, the meta dodge from their call. And now he's trying to get away, but with that reflection, they're just gonna chase the poor G-Force FOA. It doesn't matter. Ame is unstoppable when they are looking for more. They do have the buyback onto the Spectre, but another Hoofstomp. And he's on Moon Meander this time. Can he actually get out? Oh my god. 1.6 thousand crit from Ame with that double damage. Still holding on to the buyback. Another hero is dead. The box from X-Nova. The Nimbus. It is inevitable, guys. Life is cruel. And it looks like tigers. They're not tigers. They're just little kitties trying to run away. The buyback onto the Earth Spirit. They still have one onto the Spectre. But the melee barracks is already down. It doesn't matter. They're gonna buy back. The Haun's gonna be committed. Can they actually get the damage? They don't have the damage. Spectre cannot get on top of their Gold Scepter Zeus. And they will just chase poor RG. The kick does not matter. BKB up on Ame. They just freaking destroy the hell of tigers. And this is game 1 for LGD. Gets called. This game is over.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Jesus. It was hard to watch. Tigers, they get manhandled by LGD. It looked over since the 10-minute mark. That Spectre farmed a lot, but the Terrorblade, I mean, we talked about it. Terrorblade is a Spectre counter. I have no idea what the hell Tigers were thinking. They picked the Dazzle versus the Axe. They get all the counters on the side of LGD. They didn't really had an answer to anything. The early Lina, I don't know. It just seemed like a pretty good LGD counter. It looks like they were a little bit outdrafted there. You know, I'm not gonna say the Tigers are a bad team. They played pretty well considering their draft. You know, 40 minutes when you're against so many counters. But yeah, let's hope for more on the side of our Tiger boys. For now, it looks like it's LGD with the game 1 advantage, and let's just hope for a better game 2. Guys, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate your presence. And yeah, we're gonna have a little delay here, about 10 minutes, and I'll be back in a in a glimpse. Let me just give you guys some Simpsons lo-fi music. All right, let's get some trippy Simpsons going here for you guys. There you have it. All right. What the hell is what? It's not what I want to show. Yes, that is what I want to show. There you have it. Okay. Where's the timer?
Were you going to listen to
Vaporwave.
Sunday school? Maybe. Can you believe this, Homer?
What?
actually just came out here to have a cigarette, okay, and relax
No,
and
sure.
do my thing.
Yeah.
So, maybe another time.
Yeah, but there may not be another time. Okay, I may never get this chance again. I mean, we may never, you know, be able to return to this moment.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD's turn to ban.
Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. We are back with Game 2 between LGD and Tigers. So, yeah, Game 1, kind of a wash for LGD. They definitely seem to know how to approach Tigers. And you know, that is one of the problems of coming from the minors. Tigers, they just recently played a lot of matches. So that gives LGD the chance to pinpoint exactly how they want to deal with Tigers. And it looks like they just have a pretty good idea on how they're going to do it. But, yeah, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate your presence. And we will have a lot of amazing Dota 2 coming next. So the Ogre gets removed once again by LGD. They really don't want to give that to Tigers. And now I wonder, like, how are they going to approach this draft this time? They actually remove X-Nova Silencer. He was very smart. Clearly ahead of its time. And they're gonna take that down. They also take the Necrophos. And now it's LGD's time to remove a hero as well. They're thinking it through. They don't... You're like, should we take this hero? They're gonna take the Undying. Undying's the hero.
PSG.LGD's turn to ban.
Alright, they're gonna remove the Tony, and the IO is the last man from Tigers. They have the first pick. Let's see what the hell those guys have in mind. So, you know, Tiny being removed, not surprising. EG, they made a blast with that hero. Tigers, they were also playing a pretty good roaming and core Tiny. So, like, what is your, like, how are you going to approach this differently in a way you think you can actually win? Because they pretty much just gave Terrorblade to LGD's hands, and they were like, sure, we can take that Terrorblade with a Spectre. We're gonna get the Firebird this time. We're gonna get the Firebird knowing that LGD banned the Ogre. So, was that a plan for LGD? Do they have an answer to the bird being open? I mean, Ursa's still an option, Troll's still an option. You know, you have a lot of different ways of actually dealing with a Firebird. Maybe you can choose to completely ignore the Firebird.
10 seconds remaining.
But, you know, that hero can be very impactful, especially as, you know, the game lasts longer and longer. They will actually get that center once again, and they will also get the Bane. So, no Fiend's Grip. And the little Nightmare into Wholesome combo. I think having the gap close to get on top of the egg or get out of the egg is sometimes more important than actually breaking the egg. Because, you know, if you have 5 heroes hitting the egg, even with Fire Spirits, you're most likely going to get the egg down. So having that gap close or gap away. Wow! Thank you very much for your $10 donation, man. Wow. Thank you very much. That pretty much pays for my booze. Thank you.
YouTube and I hope your casting journey is successful. Natrium coat by 40i.
Thank you, Japanese girl. So they're gonna get a Phantom Lancer, one of the many counters to the Phoenix. You know, you can Phantom Rush to the egg, has a lot of agility, has a Dispel to the Fire Spirits, and it's also a top tier hero. So they're gonna get that one. So, do they remove the Terrorblade this time? For the love of God, Tigers, don't give Terrorblade when you're picking the Phantom Lancer. I don't think you have to remove... Jesus Christ. I don't think you have to remove the Terrorblade now, but as a, you know, a second ban, I would like to see it into the second phase. Let's see what's their plan here. I don't know. I'm not saying... Like, Terrorblade is not a hard counter to Phantom Lancer, but the fact that you have to use the Phantom Rush... the Doppelganger as soon as the Reflection comes out... Just... Okay, so they removed the Alchemist. Huh. Huh. Interesting. I was not expecting that Alchemist. Thank you also for the follow. Really appreciate it. I just ended my No Nut November. I actually never got that. Like, why would you do that? Like, what is the point of No Nut November? Like, that makes absolutely no sense. That is the dumbest thing. I'm not calling it dumb. It's just that, like, no shave, like no shave, I can get that. You know, it's just your beard. It doesn't matter. Nah, I'm not gonna get into this subject. What the fuck? So they removed the Treant there. No, the Phoenix Treant combo is very powerful. I think probably one of the strongest combos, you know, just 2 supports, you do so much. It really hard counters the Centaur because, you know, it literally hard counters the Stampede. And they actually removed the Ember. What is happening here, Tigers? Are you really that confident you can take the Terrorblade? I don't understand. I don't understand. Why would you give them a free Terrorblade when you have a Phantom Lancer? They did it with the Spectre and they're doing it again. Alright, so, I don't want to flame Tigers. I'm not a professional player. It's just the Terrorblade is good. And they could have picked the Terrorblade, but they get the PL. Alright, they're like, okay. Phantom Lancer counters our bird. We're gonna get it. But now they're just giving the Terrorblade. I mean, it's not only that. They could even pick the Morphling. They don't even have to be confined to the Terrorblade pick anymore because Morphling is literally a better Phantom Lancer, in a way. Isn't PL okay? Yeah, he's okay. He's like not hard counter anymore, but that's it. You don't want a hero that is okay versus Terrorblade. You want Morphling versus Terrorblade, or you want to take the Terrorblade out. I guess I'm being a little bit too. I'm being a little bit too extreme. It's just that the Terrorblade. When you see those games, they always like last 30 and 40 minutes, and the Terrorblade is just farming all the time. And there's very few heroes that can actually farm at that speed and so reliably while also pushing the waves. And it just seems like the Terrorblade is too strong. But, I mean, I would like to see Tigers win. Let's see what I mean, they don't even have to pick the Terrorblade now, right? Because they already picked the Phantom Lancer. They're not picking the Terrorblade. They're not insane. So they could, like, 5th pick the Terrorblade. Maybe not 5th pick, but definitely 4th pick. So let's see what their answer to this PL is. If you complete No Nut November, then you gain the ability to lift things with your mind. Yeah, I heard that one. Oop, oop. That is the Magnus. The Magnus. So, is this a Magnus Terrorblade? Will they pick like Monkey King or some like random hero to actually deal with the Phantom Lancer? The Empower is definitely like a good answer to the Phantom Lancer. Maybe they'll just ignore the Terrorblade completely and all my rant is just wasted. I don't know. Notice me, please. Hello, Dark Tribal 28. The thing is that, like, a lot of the times, the Terrorblade will just get a BKB almost at the same time that you get the Diffusal Blade. Maybe you kill the Terrorblade once because he didn't have mana, but he's gonna get a BKB eventually, and then it's very hard to drain. So yeah, I mentioned the throw early on, and they're gonna... I like this, actually. Like, it not only deals with the Phoenix, it deals with the Phantom Lancer. And they're stealing the Tiger's hero, so they're like, well, not only are we gonna get this Magnus, we're gonna pick the old Centaur, and we're just gonna show you that we are better. The Crystal Maiden, no, it's nice. I don't know. I kind of feel like this Crystal Maiden is gonna be trampled by all those heroes. They have so much gap close, you know, the Stampede. Tro is a fast hero, Magnus has Cure. How is this Crystal Maiden actually fighting? They need a frontliner, they need a hero that can be like, hello, I'm stopping this fight, and they took the axe. Oh, that last axe ban here on the second phase by LGD, so good considering how they approach their draft from that point. It just gives Tiger so little answer. I think like the only hero they can get here is Brewmaster, that can kind of like deal with the engage and the disengage that LGD has. Can also like maybe team fight without putting his life in danger. I think like there is no other answer. Feasible answer besides the Brewmaster. I'm not sure if there is. Like, I'm not even. They're probably not getting the Brewmaster. Maybe like a Clockwork. I don't know. I don't know if there's a hero. I mean, there's so. You have to get a Brewmaster. How are you dealing with so much team fight? Like, if you get an Enigma, there's Fiend's Grip. There's RP. There's Bash. If you get a... Necrophos is banned anyway, so there's no Necrophos. Who's frontlining for you? Maybe a Venomancer or like some weird shit like a Venomancer? I don't know if that's what they want. I guess Venomancer is like a different... Venomancer is probably like the North American answer to what they have. Huh. I don't know about this. Unless they pick Invoker now. I would like the Legion if they can pair that up with an Invoker. If it's just the Legion, like there's so much counter initiation. You're gonna get the duo, there's gonna be a Skewer Back, there's gonna be a Nightmare, there's gonna be a Hoof Stomp. You need to have some burst damage to go with the Legion. Like, maybe you can get a press the attack onto an RP and save someone. But a lot of the times you're just gonna get trample anyways. I don't know. This is a weird draft for Tigers again, or maybe just a great draft from LGD. I don't know if they just have their number. They just have better ideas, if they just have better players. You're obsessed with Invoker? I think Invoker is an amazing hero right now. I mean, alright. I know I'm obsessed with Invoker, but let's... One time, can I get the Invoker pick one time right? Like, just once. Come on. Alright, so let's see what they're gonna ban here. They're not gonna ban Invoker because they're too good for that. So they're gonna take... I think they're gonna take, like, the Storm... They have the last pick on LGD. Oh, baby! I said that Invoker was good. Alright. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit drunk. But yeah, Invoker was definitely good here. You know, you have Phantom Lancer with Alacrity, Sunstrike and Legion. Just standard combo. The counter initiation from Tornado, you know, just the fact that the Centaur and the Magnus are gonna jump and can get Tornadoes. Centaur doesn't want to go BKB. Magnus can go BKB, but he doesn't want to.
5 seconds remaining.
And Tigers, what do you remove here? You have the first pick. They're gonna take the Zeus out. Interesting. Actually, I mean, the Nimbus is fine. So if they take the Zeus, you take the Zeus, what do you pick? Zeus doesn't really counter many mid heroes, so I'm surprised. Because I expected, like, I mean, what? Why would you take the Zeus out? You have the Magnus. So they were expecting, like, LGD to run a support Magnus, even if they pick the Tinker? Because wait, I would really expected the Magnus to be mid. So they're like, well, maybe they could pick support Zeus anyways. I guess that's what we're thinking about. They're gonna get the Tinker. I don't know if I like this. Like, it's okay. They don't have that much catch on a Tinker. Like, they have a lot of gap close, but the Blink Daggers on the Tinker are good until there's, like, Aghanim Scepter on the Centaur. I think the Tigers lost, but I'm gonna cast this anyways. Thank you all for being here. I'm sorry for being biased. I'm a little bit tipsy. And this is weird, but yeah. We have Shuffer playing his Phoenix, Aji on the Phantom Lancer, 1 for 37 with his marvelous Crystal Maiden, the Legion Commander from Min Meander, and In Your Dream, or Wonder Kid playing the Tinker. On the side of LGD, we have FY playing his beautiful Centaur, X Nova on the Bane, Chalice on the Magnus, Ima on the Troll, and I'm actually gonna Google LGD's mid laner because I forgot, and no one actually said in chat. So LGD Liquipedia. Let's see the players. It's Salmonus. Jesus. Yeah, of course it's Salmonus. All right. I always knew that. I was just testing you guys. Okay. So yeah, there's going to be a 4 Centaur. That is a Eternal Envy special. I was actually gonna make a video about it, but then I felt like no one was actually going to care because it's like it's a Centaur 4. But I saw that a lot. What you do is that you just buy a shit ton of regen. You buy a Ring of Protection in the side shop, and you just like do shit, and you like do your best. That's literally like what I got from watching Envy doing it. And he had like a 50% win rate, so he won 2 games and lost 2 games. I don't know how much I rate the support center. Wait, what? What? Alright, so yeah. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings and salutations. This is game 2 between PSG.LGD and Tigers. This is my hype voice, sorry. So FY with his center here, shit ton of regen, a Mangarino. Oh, that is so pretty. I just love taunts in general. Just do it again, please. Come on. I know you want to do it again. Come on. Alright, no talk. Alright. Bottom lane, we do have the Bane from X-Nova, as well as the Chalice Magnus. He's going to be in the bottom lane. Alright, so the horn is going to pop. And let's see how the early game is going to start here. LGD. It looks like this is going to be... Oh, they might be fighting here for this bounty. LGD, they're going to get 2. And Tigers, they're going to get 2. A very standard start. It looks like Moon Meander and Chalice will be in the same lane as always. Because they will send the Ame Troll with the support center to the top lane. It doesn't look like Center wants to buy the Ring of Protection we were talking about. He has the boots and the magic stick queued up. Maybe just expecting a lot of spells being cast from both the Phantom Lancer and the Crystal Maiden. Alright, alright. X-Nova with Empower. 12 extra damage poggers. Boop. Boop. Oh, what? How? How is this possible? First blood of a support center. Fuck. Guess they got this little... I mean, come on. I'm not gonna miss any other kills. All right. In terms of CS here, how are we doing? It looks like the Storm's doing okay. The Tinker's doing fine. Actually, not that great. Actually, 1 and 2. Jesus, in your dream. His CS is only his dream indeed. They actually did a lot of damage to Somnus here. The Storm very low HP, but did get a lot of CS. Oh no, IG. Oh, doesn't get it. We do see the Phoenix actually trying to draw aggro here. But we X-Nova already on the Firebird's tail. Alright, the boops here coming through. Doesn't have any power just now, but still. What the fuck? What is happening, Shepard? You don't have Icarus Dive. You're just dead. What? There's no way. Okay, actually pops a cell. He just wants to get like a huge wave going towards Tigers. Like that huge wave. Oh my lord. The Firebird just going for it. Oh god, so much damage on the Firebird. Loses half his HP. But will create this tsunami of creeps that will indeed invade their side of the map. Like there's no way they can stop that. And now the support center actually goes bottom here, trying to battle Moon Meander. Somnus is maybe. Yeah, I know. Oh, Shockwave is going to fly out. Sorry about the lag, Reno. And alright, it looks like the Crystal Maiden ends up dying in the top lane. Now FY here battling AG a little bit, just trying to get the creeps in the middle lane. It's we already see a very good creep score for LGD. All 3 of their cores ahead of the cores on the dire side. Oh my god, the Firebird ends up dying bottom. Jesus, what am I doing? Bowie. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, look at that. This is huge. Give me that overwhelming odds. Get level 3. Get level 3 and just give me... Oh! So much damage. Actually, if he waited for the level 3, it would be way more poggers, I think, because it's 16 more damage. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not even that much damage. The Phantom Lancer dies. No one cares about him. It's just IG, and it looks like this I mean, we were already talking about it early on, about the draft, and it's not looking good for Tigers. They lose 4 heroes already, 1,000 gold on the side of LGD, and in terms of CS, the Storm is way ahead of the Tinker, and that is just, you know, Storm versus Tinker matchup. Even if you get the laser, he can always commit the Remnant, and he's going to be fine. In this top lane, that support center seems to be doing amazing. FY going for a... Oh, wait, what? The creep actually draws aggro and destroys his chances of getting... Oh my god, they're gonna get another hoof stomp. They're gonna get another double edge, and that is a dead 1-4-37. And I mean, you know, when I saw the Crystal Maiden, I was like, you know, they have a lot of bulky heroes. Like, Crystal Maiden is gonna get run down. And that kind of seems to be the case. Crystal Maiden already died 3 times. Tries to go mid here. Doesn't really have a ward or anything. Just trying to go for a smoke gank until the storm is level 5. But only level 2 doesn't have frostbite. I don't even know if this skill is possible. I think this is not possible. Oh my god, this is gonna be hard to watch. Yeah, they already TP a hero here. This is just not gonna work out. Alright, the March. Gonna be laid out X Nova with the brain sap. This is so awful to watch. And now, 5-minute mark. It looks like FY already posturing here. It looks like 1437 maybe trying to go for this bounty. And will be successful. The troll is going for the right clicks there. They will get the one with the center. So Tigers, they actually get 3 bounties. Very impressive. That even though they are that behind in kills and momentum, they were able to get 3. That definitely holds the good advantage at a humble 1000. Alright, Moon Meander now farming a little bit. Actually, highest CS on the side of the Dire, pretty impressive. Chalice, you know, has some decent Horizon midi heroes. Oh, overwhelming odds. Guess the range creep. Moon Meander just making sure to make use of that Arc and Aura. 1437 gets that Frostbite, but there is level 6 on the Storm. Can he actually get this kill? They might be able to get this kill with the laser level 3. They just need to get the Frostbite going. Oh, he's gonna zip away. Top lane, we do see Ame just committing those axes here, trying to hit a G. Does not get the axes onto him. Oh god, it looks like he actually were it. What? Was that intentional? What? That was not intentional. He was trying to get a stack and he killed himself. There's no way that was intentional. Maybe it was. I don't know. Top lane. It looks like the axis onto the poor Phantom Lancer. Commits the Phantom Rush here. This is not a good place for him to be. FY trying to disengage. They do send 1437 here. The center will disengage. Now Ame actually pops the salve and they try to run around her. He is no doppelganger for 9. The Hoofstone is going to be on point. And with that battle trance, this is a dead GFY on a killing spree of a support centaur. Double damage though onto the Tinker. They will try and force this as much as possible. They do not have Glyph on the Dire anymore, so the catapult will eventually fall. And they did a decent amount of damage here. Oh no, the Crystal Maiden ends up dying once again to the Centaur Troll combination. 7-0 on the side of LGD. I'm surprised this is only a 2000 gold lead, but the tower already falling and the momentum just seems to be entirely on the side of LGD. And it doesn't seem that different from the first game, to be honest. You literally miss every kill. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, FY. I mean, one of the kills was literally a suicide. So I didn't miss every kill. Oh, Shrine. Being popped by both of those heroes. It looks like the Storm is already level 7 with the double no. Now even Storm started going for this, and they were one of the only heroes that were not going for the double no. So that is kind of fascinating to me. Okay, the rotation from the bird, but the center at the same time. Oh no! As he places a ward, the center was already there, and they do get the hoof stomp with the double wedge. Oh no, Sapphire, can you get out? Oh my god, the Icarus dive is on point. 60 HP after popping the magic stick. The thankful squawk from the bird just showing gratefulness to that the little Crystal Maiden. They will find an Invis rune here. It looks like they want to give it to Moon Meander. And he's gonna pop the Invis, refill the bottle from In Your Dreams, and they will try and find a kill here. There is duel available, but in the top lane they're already fighting the battle trance. Oh no, G, are you dead? Yes, you are. Ame on the dominating streak on a throw in the off lane. FY with 3 kills. This lane is just going bonkers. I mean, alright, so let's not freak out. Oh, they do have the... Yeah, have to be careful here. With a Nightmare and a Skewer back in an RP, they could be able to get this kill, but they actually didn't learn RP level 6 Chalice. And ended up getting the Empower and the Shockwave instead. They do get a kill onto the Tinker in the middle lane, and they just disengage with the Storm. Man. Yeah, this is... I don't know, this is so one-sided. 9-0. I mean, to be fair, Aster, they won against EG. So EG, top tier team, pretty much the same as LGD, after being 16-0. So you cannot You know, we cannot say the Tigers cannot win, but it definitely looks insanely one-sided. Like, this is probably one of the more one-sided games I've ever seen in my life. The Legion going for a Blink Tiger. Already had. I mean, the Legion's having an okay game, you know. A highest CS on the side of the Dire, but look, every core on the Radiant side ahead, and now they are trying to posture for the bounty runes here. Tigers already set up. It looks like there was a doppelganger from that Phantom Lancer, and the Troll already trying to get on top. Oh, they do get the Spirit Lance, whereas the Frostbite doesn't have the move speed, but slowly approaching. They will get it with the laser, with the missile. Can they get Ame? They will. So that is the first kill on the side of the Dire. Moon Meander gets one bounty. Can he get the other one? No. The Summonus Storm is already here. In LGD, they get 3 bounties with only 1 on the side of Tigers. And FY, support center, just pushing the lane with no cares in the world, just setting up for this catapult wave that is approaching. Alright. The Tinker, slowly farming, will get Boots of Travel eventually, but still doesn't have that Soul Ring, so he, you know, he might get like an 11 or 12 minute travels, but that's not... Oh, look at that! He's able to get away, but it looks like Somnus has Unex's number. Can he cancel the TP? Of course he can. He's Somnus. He's a level 10 Storm against a level 7 Phantom Lancer. He's actually buying more time than I thought he could be able to buy. And the... Oh no, the Remnant gets the kill at the end. And this is 10-1. This is so hard to watch. Moon Meander can... Okay, does get that little Siege Creep last hit. So he needs only 200 gold to complete the Blink Dagger. But... can they actually get a kill with the duo? I don't think they can. Look at the HP of those heroes. 1000 HP, 20 armor. Oh, Stampede onto 1437. The Hoof Stomp, the double edge, the damage is coming through. They have the access. He dies for the 5th time in 11 minutes. That Crystal Maiden having... Oh my god, she's definitely made of crystal because she's just shattering everywhere. Alright, Moon Meander will be able to complete that Blink Dagger. Already has the gold for it, but just holding... So he just wants to push the wave first and get the item later so he can rotate. So he will backpack that Mangarino, buys the TP. Can they finally get a kill? The Boots of Travel is pretty much done onto the Tinker. So they have a pretty good power spike going here. If they ever had a good chance of getting a kill, now is the time. Okay, they get the duo with the egg. Can they actually find Ame here? They will. And it's Wonder Kid that gets it. Alright, so they do get a kill. The Pew 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 is flying out, but you know... Can they get this objective? Can they get the tower? For now, it doesn't look like it. They don't have anyone hitting the tower. In fact, the Radiant are actually going for their own smoke Gankarino here. They're not going to find anyone for now, but there is a sentry on the Bane as well as Stampede up in 20 seconds. The tower finally starts to be pushed. Chalice has a Blink Dagger RP, so they have to be careful about that, but Chalice is just waiting. Oh, and they're going to send a throw as well. If anyone attempts to hit this tower, they might be in huge trouble. Oh, they ping it out. The Magnus knows about some heroes here, and it's Ame that shows up trying to bait Dagger a little bit. Oh, the RP, no hesitation. That is a dead bird. Top lane, we do see the Blink Dagger onto Moon Meander with his 10 damage already acquired. The Tinker just trying to hide around here. It looks like the Magnus. What? How did he found this kill? Stampede was not used. That was literally a Blink skewer. Oh. Congrats, LGD. 1437 already has the smoke of the seed ready here. Doesn't have ult. Doesn't have any hopes, really. This is such a hard game for him. And the center very deep here, trying to stay around this ward that he has to see if he can find initiation. Storm is nearby with level 2 ball lining. So he definitely has the reach, especially with that Kaya, to find anyone that shows up around here. But it looks like with this ward, they know that the center is here. Oh, hello. Oh, no. 1437. That is another death. And it's not his fault. He's just a Crystal Maiden draft versus every gap closer in the game. Jesus. I'm gonna find a haste rune onto that Storm that already has a double damage. Monka S. Just type Monka S in chat right now. Oh no, Tinker! It looks like you're going to get taken down. The laser does not have enough time to proc. Can he get the laser? He cannot. This is a Somnu Storm. He just pops the ball lighting so fast that there is no response from the Tinker. The head shake from Wonder Kid, understanding the problem that he is in. And... oh god. So, how's the Phantom Lancer doing here in terms of net worth? It looks like he's almost behind the support Centaur. He has one component of the Diffusal Blade. Oh no. Still Maiden. Oh, I heard a hoof stomp. But it was just a creep wave Shaffer. Just trying to push this wave. Oh. They do set up for one bounty rune. They know how far behind they are. So they're like, okay. Let's just all group for one bounty rune, and we got it. Oh, I hard to press the attack. And it's literally the Legion just farming. There is no aggressive movements coming from Tigers just now, and you can, I mean, it's no wonder. Oh, they're gonna drop a sentry here. They don't tank this sentry. Because, oh, TP from the Legion. They're gonna get Vision, X-Nova, they press the attack, the lasers, the missiles, and there you have it. It's Wonder Kid that saves the laser to steal the kill from Moon Meander, but he does give the damage away. So Moon Meander's alright, I don't care, it's fine. I just wanted the damage anyways, but the gold advantage is still 8,000. This is so annoying. Okay, the Storm will actually TP to the top lane in terms of items. He's going for that Bloodstone. Already has 2.3 thousand gold, which is a very, very impressive. The Tinker, not even that close to completion of the Blink Dagger, just because he ended up going Travis no Soul Ring, so he needs to farm this 800 gold. If he, you know, he would have like 2,000 gold already, but you do need a Soul Ring. There's no way you can go Blink Dagger before the Soul Ring. It just helps your mobility so much. Top lane, oh no, Tinker. There's a Storm nearby, and he wants your booty so freaking hard. And the Zip, he gets the Vision, the Stampede, just allowing the... oh god, there is no response whatsoever. As long as you know how to Zip, there is absolutely no way the laser can come through. And look at that, the TP from FY. He doesn't have Blink Dagger just yet, but he will try and get a deny. Oh, they will try and jump. Centaur gets the deny, gets the stomp, and they're running away. FY, can you survive? They will get a duel. Do they have the damage? The Freezing Field in the egg. Jesus. Tigers, they just want to make sure they can find that one kill, but Roshan just falls. Ame has an Aegis 17 minutes in. That Empower making him a beast. I heard an RP. Oh, pinging it out. It looks like Chalice. FYT. Tipping the Magnus, the My Bads from Chalice, the doppelganger away from the PL, faster than that RP. Oh. I love it. You don't see that from the Chinese teams as often. Alright. Wonder Kid pops the March of the Machines. Will TP back. TP from the Tinker once again. Getting closer and closer to that Blink Dagger, but you know, the fact remains. There's an Aegis on the Troll. They have Blink RP, Shadow Blade already up. This Storm is going places. So much more farm than the Tinker. Yeah, this is not looking very good. Moon Meander though might have an opening here on the support center, but that is just a support. That is the problem. They're gonna ping the center here. Moon Meander trying to cut the wave towards it. Will pop the press the attack. Gets the duel with that Blade Mail. Do they have to follow up the bird with the missile coming from the Tinker? That is another duel. So 50 damage onto Moon Meander. That is respectable. That is respectable.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's going for that BKB, has the Blink Blade Mail. If they can keep scaling that Legion, that is maybe the only hope the Tigers has. Might not have the highest net worth, but I think this hero has been the more impactful. 3-3-1, the only positive hero, I think. Like, actually, Tinker is also... yeah, I mean... you know, there are schools of thought that consider 0 to be positive. There are schools of thought that consider 0 to not be positive. But anyways, they're gonna pop a smoke here. Another duo will be up in 6 seconds. They are looking for that Storm Spirit from Somnus, and he will be farming some juicy prowlers. Everyone but the Tinker are under the guise of smoke, and Blink Dagger gets completed. Oh, that is a good duo if they can get the follow-up, but the counter RP is not going to be fast enough. But that is just the Aegis Freezing Field trying to buy time, but the Skewer away from the Freezing Field, they're going to cancel that, and now it's actually the Bane that gets the kill. Once the Crystal Maiden, the egg will finally drop. It looks like Ame will not be able to find the kill. The Fire Spirits with the TP out again. They get a bash. The Bird will be able to disengage, but they lose 3 heroes on the side of Tiger. They do get the dual damage, 66 damage, but they lose so much, only to drop the Aegis. That Somnus Storm is now level 18 with the Bloodstone, 16 Bloodstone charges. He is feeling like a god. Alright, it looks like Tigers, they do get 1 bounty rune once again. So the gold advantage just keeps increasing on the side of LGD. The Zip. Be careful, little Tinker. Be careful with who you play with. You need to be careful against the Storm. FY finally has the Blink Dagger. X-Nova wants to buy a smoke. He's not a man with a lot of dreams. The Golden Shower here from Sapphire. Need to be careful. Alright, they're gonna take that Storm Illusion out. Alright. The Legion Commander going for that BKB. 66 damage 20 minutes in is pretty decent. If he can keep scaling like this, there's definitely the chance that he can win. Oh, I heard the Stampede. There you have it. The center trying to disengage. They press the attack onto Legion Commander. The Nightmare. Can they actually stop it? Why they can't? And it looks like they will blame. Oh no, they're gonna be able to disengage with everyone. And now Somnus going for the tier 2 top, completely alone, no response. I mean, there's no response. Everyone from Tigers is bottom. The Tinker cannot show up there. He's gonna be farming these camps here. Alright. The Bird. Oh, Chalice. He wants that little bird. He's gonna find the Crystal Maiden. Maybe not. Oh, 1-4-37. I'm gonna get skewered back into oblivion. Chalice gets a mega. What? Oh. Ame pops his BKB just in case. Just wants to be sure. Alright. Tier 2 top already down. The tier 2 mid seems to be the next target here for LGD. And again, they pop the Shadow Blade looking for a target. Oh no. Press the attack. Oh, the duel onto the Storm Spirit. Do they have the damage? The egg is going to be deployed. They are trying to do as much damage as possible. They do take the Storm away from the duo. And the egg finally explodes. They do get 2 heroes here with the press the attack. With the Fire Spirits, do they have enough damage? Freezing Field. Oh no, not enough damage. But they will trade the Magnus for the Crystal Maiden. Now the Lizard flying out. It looks like they will also find the Crystal Maiden. But they trade 2 for 2. The center being the next kill. And now trying to battle here. Oh no, they get the Fiend's Grip. Gee, you're most likely dead. And that Fiend's Grip proving to be so good versus that Phantom Lancer. They will be able to blink away with Wonder Kid. And it doesn't look like Somnus has vision. They trade 3 for 2, which is actually okay. And now Moon Meander pops his Blade Mail. He knows that Ame cannot close the gap. The laser. Oh no. Blade Mail onto Ame. Do they have the damage? No, they don't. And that is another kill. They will find vision of the Tinker. They're gonna cancel that rearm. You don't have a blink out, do you? Nope. And that is a... Oh, yeah. That is a dead Tinker. And that is a 5-man wipe. The Crystal Maiden is alive, but I'm pretty sure she died in the beginning of the fight. 16,000. Golded, and it's not looking good at all. The caster is kind of boring. Sorry. Bird has a new sub. I mean, this allows him to do what? I guess you can cancel the Fiend's Grip. There's no cancel on the Phoenix. You can take... You do buy time for the egg, right? So you can always use the Uceptor and the egg. So that here is going to be 2 seconds not attacking the egg, which kind of sets up the thing. But it's a 6-second duration, so you're definitely going to need more In a 2-second disable the Chalice. Magnus looking for that RP, or maybe just a skewer back to Zip from the Storm with the Silence Press. Attack the cancel it. Uceptor trying to buy time. Can they get the duel? Oh no, the RP. The X gonna be used anyways. Can they actually take the X down? It looks like the laser might be enough. No, it's not enough. And now they're gonna destroy the poor Legion Commander. They do get a kill with that laser, but now they're gonna jump the Crystal Main, and that is another death on the side of Tigers. Oh, nice blink out. Wonder Kid, can you do? Nope. There's going to be a silence. He is dead. The head shakes from Wonder Kid. They do have some buybacks, but this is a 17,000 gold, 24 minutes, and the helps from Chalice. But I think it's actually Tigers that did help, because this is not a worthwhile trade for them. The Diffusal Blade is down on the Phantom Lancer. He's going for a Yasha. This is how far behind he is. He's behind the Magnus in terms of map. Oh god. This is a dead tower, this is a dead Milik Barracks, the buyback from the bird doesn't do anything. Oh, the silence onto her, and it looks like they will be able to dispel that Orchid, but the damage from the storm is there anyways. Freezing Field from the Crystal Maiden with the root actually denies himself, so they actually, okay. The thankful squawk from Schaffer. It's not all lost in FY. He definitely wants to flame his teammates today. Every single mistake has been relentlessly punished by the tips here from that center. It's like, guys, we're winning with support center and you're gonna do mistakes like this? Come on. Alright. Good morning, Arkraj, Icy, Hawk, Nastin. It's not really good morning where I am because it's actually pretty late here. Oh, Chalice. Actually was dusted, but was able to run away, it looks like. Another dust from the Tinker. That is not fine. That pesky little Magnus is gonna go back to his side of the map, it looks like. Bloodstone charges. The Storm has 16, so they get a Nightmare here onto this X-Nova Bane. They are trying to disengage. The Icarus Dive will find him again. The duel onto the laser. Can they actually get this kill onto the Troll World? Where is that RER? No, they're gonna stun the Tinker, but at the same time he gets an Evis rune. So the Troll and the Bane die, and no one from Tiger is still dead. Can they actually get the kill? One LFY. Look at that Tinker. Just wants to get that center booty right there. Another laser, another rearm, but he doesn't look like he has enough damage. The center Hoof Stomp trying to disengage. They will get the Diffusal Blade. And somehow Tigers get 3 kills. They ended up engaging the Troll. And he never popped the... Actually, the BKB was on cooldown. And they are able to get a kill. It looks like Moonmaker didn't get the dual victory damage there. But that still... Oh, why? They're just destroying Chalice here. I feel bad for the guy. Come on. He's 5-2. You're just flaming the guy. Oh, the zip. Oh, no. 1 for 37. Are you dying 1 for 37 times this game? I'm not sure the game will last enough for you to die as much, but it's such a hard Crystal Maiden game. Come on. Alright. So Aji, getting closer to that mantra. It looks like he only needs 700 gold to finish the ultimate orb. Now Chalice blinks and uses that Shadow Blade, looking for some fun times. For now he has no vision. The courier, maybe you go for the courier? Woo! Doesn't go for it. Actually was not perfectly in position there. Didn't have the blink dagger to jump into. The blink from the Magnus. They're gonna get vision. They're gonna get the duel. Where's the TP from the Tinker? Do they have the burst damage? Oh! And now you were tipping everyone, right? Chalice, what happens now is X-Nova that tips you back. And you know, it's all fun in games when you're 14,000 gold ahead. But what happens if, you know, you bleed a couple of extra kills? What happens, huh? I don't know. I'm a little bit drunk. I have no idea what Dota 2 is, but I don't know. I'm starting to fear a little bit for LGD, you know. You're gonna lose that Magnus again. The Phantom Lancer is gonna start to farm a little bit more. There is a Skadi onto the Troll Warlord, and that is very scary. FY is gonna get spotted by the Icarus Dive. He's trying to disengage. He doesn't want to get tipped by his friends again. And look at that, the Golden Shower coming forward. The Nightmare is gonna be there, and Wonder Kid finds another kill. It looks like Tigers is just on a roll, and they get 2 kills here on the side of LGD. And now they're gonna get a tier 1. The Glyph finally gets used on the side of LGD, but they have everyone here. They're gonna pop a smoke, and they don't want to stop rolling. They want to get another one. They want to snowball out of those small mistakes from LGD. They want to tilt the hell out of those Chinese players. Can they get another duel? 84 damage onto the Legion, so still scaling quite a bit here in X-Nova. He's trying to get out of his side of the map, but what? Oh, Riggins can maybe expecting Roshan, but that's not what they want. They want more booty. And if they find the Storm, oh no, Sonus is already TPing here. They're expecting the Roshan play. He's level 24. 29 minutes, and that is how far ahead the Storm is from everyone. Not even the Troll Warlord is that high level. In fact, they're gonna go into the Roshan pit right now. And Tigers, yeah, they're just not in the right place at the right time. There's a TP from the Legion here, but this Roshan is just falling way too rapidly. They will try and... yeah, there's no... this Roshan is already dead, and it's going to be Aegis for Sonus and Cheese for the Troll Warlord. What happens to LGD? Are they throwing? They're not really throwing. They just fight a couple of kills. For now, it's not really a throw, but we have to wait and see. BKB. Oh, huge zip from the Storm. They're gonna find an illusion. So they felt like that was the real deal. It was not. Oh, they get the duo onto this troll. Oh my god, they're not even enough. They're not even close to enough damage to get that kill. And now the zip from the Storm. He actually dies mid-freezing field. And now Ame just destroys, just shreds the poor Crystal Maiden. Oh no! Phoenix Grip with the bash. First hit bash from Ame. Another zip looking for the Tinker. But the Tinker is not there. He's in the fountain. They get 3 kills. They actually get more than 3 kills. That was like 4. 2 buybacks on the side of the Dire. The Aegis did proc, but they still have the cheese onto that troll. They still have the RP, and they are ready to fight once again. Drunk Bowie casting is basically normal Bowie casting, but it's ASMR most of the time. Thank you. Thank you? I don't know. Oh. Overwhelming odds. Ame running towards the top lane. They do have dual available. And they bursting down. They will try to go for it, but the Nightmare disengaged. You guys did not expect for it. Now the Storm just looking for the Tinker here. We'll be able to blink away, but it looks like that Legion Commander is gone. And they don't have a buyback. Another hero dead. It's only the Tinker versus the entire world. And I think this game is over, guys. The Tinker is trying his best here. Just trying to go for the laser. Just trying to delay. But there's no way they can stop this. This is a troll with Empower. They're gonna pop the smoke. They still have that beautiful, beautiful RP. And, you know, we were flaming the draft, and it looks like that was definitely an outdraft. I don't know. Maybe it was both outdraft and the fact that LGD is a tier 1 team that got 2nd place at TI and did not change any of their players. But regardless, they do finish the Side of Ice onto the Tinker, and they will try to make this game even once again. That is a good pickup, but this means there is no buyback on the Tinker. His buyback is very expensive, by the way. So he's gonna try and go bottom here. Let's see if he can get a solo kill onto this little Bane. He's hiding for now, so I'm not sure the Tinker knows about his existence. And yeah, he definitely doesn't know. He's gonna go here. And I'm just gonna follow the Tinker because he's the only hero here that has any impact in the game. We're gonna keep on following this bad boy. Ended up going for the cast range and the lens. That's usually the build you go against Storm Spirits, just because you have the maximum reach and the outreach, the disengage. The March of the Missions being popped here. Wonder Kid just doing his best to try and push the waves. But I don't know. This is not looking good here. The Magnus already has the Scepter, Shadow Blade, Blink Dagger. The Centaur going for the Aghanim Scepter, already halfway towards it. The Bane with the Glimmer Cape almost done. Storm with a shit ton of stuff. Doesn't even... and the Troll with the BKB going for a Satanic. Pretty much has it. Just needs a little bit of extra gold. Disassembled. Oh. Disassembled the Mask of Madness. Now that is the smoking. This is the last hurrah. This is the last time for Tigers. They get vision of the Storm, but he is so tanky. The Fire Spirits will boop him in the face. He's gonna disengage. And now, Tigers, can you get the opening? There is a ward here. They have the Tinker ward. This is such a hard fight. I think you just give up this tier 2. There is no way. Yeah, they're gonna disengage. The tower will fall. The creeps will die. Oh, that is a huge ass zip, but he gets the hell out there, knowing that they have no way to instantly cancel that besides the Side of Ice, but maybe Wonder Kid not perfectly in position to click that zip. Alright. Let's breathe, guys. 22,000 gold lead. It's not all lost. Tigers, they definitely have a shot in this, and we need to pray for them because I need a B03, you know? I just need it. I'm just craving for a B03. This Troll here doesn't have any gap closing items, so the Tinker doesn't really fear the Troll as much. He just really fears the Storm. And, you know, that Storm is insanely farmed, so you have to fear him. He's almost done. I mean, he has a Lincoln Sphere, so I don't know how we're gonna kill this guy. It's so hard. BKB wouldn't be that effective for LC. There's RP and Fiend's Grip and Throw. He doesn't care about BKB. I mean, BKB is nice. Was nice early, but he was never able to finish it. And now he needs to break the Lincolns so that there's going to be a side of ice from the Tinker. So that is why he's changing his mind. But yeah, he needs a shit ton of photo. Why I heard a Stampede? That is a dead little bird. Mr. Sheffer dies to Somnus. This is a beyond godlike streak. This guy is 12-2. That is a very respectable kill. And it looks like... Oh. Huh. The Tinker War didn't even commit the Fiend's Grip. This is now looking good for Tigers. 65 seconds with no Tinkerino. Oh no, I'm gonna have to buy back the burst straight up. Alright, so can Tigers defend against this hugely strong PSG lineup? The not bad at all gets called, but can you make it work this zip? They do commit the doppelganger away. Aji's already so low HP and they're gonna dive this Moon Meander. DRP on 2. This game is over. The good game gets called. LGD, they just punch Tigers in the gut and the game is done. Yep, I mean, this was such a hard game for them. I'm surprised they were able to last that long, but it's just, you know, their draft. I'm not gonna say they draft bad, but LGD, they just seem to be a little bit ahead of Tigers in terms of draft. Just a very effective performance. And guys, you know, I'm not casting the entirety of this. I'm just casting the first series. So that is the game that I decided to cast. And, you know, I'm sorry. I noticed that a lot of people left the stream. I ended up getting a little bit too tipsy there, but I just wanted to cast anyways, and hopefully it wasn't that bad, but obviously it was not great. But thank you all for watching. It was a pleasure. Keep watching the main stream. Those guys are great. There's a reason everyone there was assigned to cast. And have a good one. We will be back shortly tomorrow, I guess. Not sure. Thank you all. Bye.